and welcome to UBC's Lunchtime News. Today is Friday, 10th September 2021, and already for the last 12 state. Starting off with the death of the businessman Bulaimu Mwanga Chibirige, also known as BMK, who has been announced as dead by family members that have confirmed. Mr. Chibirige, who is also known as BMK, is said to have died this morning from Nairobi, Kenya, after a long period of illness. Popular among his multiple business establishments is Hotel Africana and the BMK Group. His family is making arrangements to have the entrepreneur's body transported from Nairobi to his ancestral village in Nkowe, Wakiso district in central Uganda for burial. Senono brings us the details. Kenyan troops serving under the African Union mission in Somalia in Kismayo have undergone a refresher training on civilian protection during military operations. The training, which covers international humanitarian law, especially the protection of women and children, conflict-related sexual violence and gender-based violence, was to reinforce the knowledge and skills of the troops on the need to protect civilians. We do have details with this story.
So these are some of the challenges.
Today we are at the seaport FOB to conduct a training on the protection of civilians for AMISOM KDF deployed here. The training focuses on protection of civilians in general as the mandated task of the AMISOM mission in Somalia, and also we focused on child protection. We also focused on women protection, basically on sexual and gender-based violence and conflict-related sexual violence.
We are in a seaport to create an awareness with KDF as they go on their patrol as their mandatory. They are to protect the civilians, including men and women. So we came to create their awareness that in all their duties, they are to observe all this, and together with conflict-related violence that happen among the women in the community, so that they can assist the victim and refer them to the appropriate quarters.
Just like what we have, what Madam Gloria has just.
In just a year and a half of the COVID-19 pandemic, sexual violence, gender-based violence, has actually increased more than ever before. But with such refresher courses, we trust that then there will be better handling of women and also children. Away from that story, we get to look at promoting the Emwanyi Terimba campaign. The Katikiro of Buganda, Charles Peter Maiga, has visited coffee farmers in Gomba County to spread the gospel of coffee growing. Maiga cautioned farmers against practicing poor harvest, but also urged them to be creative and have cooperatives if they are to benefit from coffee farming. We do have details from Andrew.
Uganda, Charles Peter Maiga has visited coffee growers in Gomba County in the way of enlightening about the Emwanyi Terimba campaign. He first visited Joseph Sebandeke in Butiti Katete village, Kabrasoke sub-county, with over 6 acres of coffee plantation. Here, Maiga advises farmers to stop complaining about coffee wilts, but look for solutions.
Homes we visited have reasonable standards of living. In Mr. Sebandeke's home, you can see the children are going to school. He stays in a reasonable house. There is enough food in the homestead. And you can clearly tell that coffee has created a difference in their lives.
The RDC, Stephen Asimwe, appreciated Katikiro for his tireless effort in this campaign that has developed communities.
When you come here as a Prime Minister, you give motivation to farmers and others to improve.
Katikiro Maiga visited another farm of engineer Chitandwe Fred about the challenges he encounters in getting organics manure.
Tusaba maybe wasenga waberawo partnerships na farm amanene ngaga kaweri obebbeyi ne kako through the influence ya obwakabaka kijja kuba kitaasanya.
They dedicate time to the different activities, agricultural activities. The challenge is that the middle class don't allocate sufficient time to farming. They only visit their farms over the weekend, and they cannot realize reasonable income from that activity if they don't dedicate time.
Maiga also visited other farmers in Madu Sub-County and Chigezi Cooperative, where he met a one John Namanya with over 15 acres of coffee.
Baali tulowooza nti Oweekitiibwa anaasigala eyo naye ssebo Oweekitiibwa otuwadde ekyokulabirako otusoomoozezza ffenna abali mu zi ofiisi toteekamu ne gambutusi kati n'ofuuka field man.
Katikiro urged farmers to maintain quality and practice good harvest to achieve more. Jane Nyiramcha and Andrew Sebira for UBC News.
Thank you so much, Jane and Andrew, for that update. Indeed, you see that coffee is a major crop that employs up to 1.7 small-scale farmers. And so a promotion campaign now more than ever is more important. When we return, we get to look at our business news and our sports news.
I smile when I think of you, Uganda, my home. My home, I dance when I look at you, Uganda.
Forever, I know, because I feel that we belong together. My home, under the sun so bright, under the moon at night, on my heart, mommy, oh my Uganda.
Hey, mama. At MTN, we look forward to starting another exciting journey together to grow our home, Uganda.
The Uganda Cancer Institute, together with the Palliative Care Association of Uganda, will host the 3rd Uganda Conference on Cancer and Palliative Care from the 23rd to the 24th of September 2021 on the theme Cancer and Palliative Care in COVID-19 and Other Challenging Situations. The conference will be held virtually with some sessions broadcast live on UBC TV plus workshops at hospitals to bring together at least 400 stakeholders. The Prime Minister of Uganda will be chief guest at the opening session, and there will be a keynote address by the Director General of the World Health Organization. To participate, register through https://conference.uci.or.ug/ at 200,000 shillings only for Ugandan delegates. Upcountry delegates will attend through satellite facilities at regional referral hospitals, hospices and palliative care organization centers and referral cancer centers. For more information, call 0392 080 713 or 0414 540 410. Email conference@uci.or.ug or conference@pcau.org.ug.
5 for 5, 5 times the winning, yeah. 5 times the happiness, yeah. 5 times the luckiness, yeah. 5 for 5, oh yeah. It's 5 for 5. 5 for 5, 5 times the money, yeah. 5 times the shopping, yeah. 5 times the prizes, yeah. 5 for 5, oh yeah. It's 5 for 5. 5 for 5.
Win 100,000 Uganda shillings weekly in the 5 for 5 jackpot. Simply download the Center mobile app. Click Center on the go to open your account online. Transact 5 times or more using Center Mobile, Center Visa, and Center Agent to stand a chance to win. The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. So, Participate in the 545 jackpot and win millions in daily and weekly prizes. The 545 jackpot is brought to you by Centenary Bank. Our bank, Centenary Bank, is regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund.
Getting GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. Finding a good place to watch football was never easy, but it was costly. Until James discovered something big. Now he can finally enjoy the benefits of homegrown advantage with a decoder and 1 month of GoTV value. For just 25,000 shillings, enjoy the world's biggest leagues and cup competitions. GoTV Uganda, love it.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field couldn't be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite show.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
November 10th, 2021. UBC Lunchtime News does continue with business. My name is Priscilla, Nalwoga. Now turning to our business, where we get to look at the national carrier. Uganda Airlines has now set new sights on leveraging own cargo transportation as a mainstay for their airlines during this period where passenger travel is being greatly affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. The airline's acting CEO, Jennifer Bamuturachi, says the team she heads is now putting systems in place to market the airline as the leading cargo transporter in and out of Entebbe. Senono gives us this report.
Many things we are doing is to make our cargo structure, put our cargo structures in place. And that means to have the people, to have our GSAs, our sales organizations in all these markets where we'll be flying. So the one thing we're going to do that, even if, rather much as we are red listed for human movement, the cargo bit is not red listed. So we are making sure that we still keep our timelines that we mentioned, regardless of what's going on, to carry cargo to these markets. Now you asked a question, what are we doing differently? With everything that is going on, I strongly believe that the change that is going to happen, that is happening, is making sure that people are vaccinated and the SOPs are followed even in airports or on board. Now Uganda Airlines is making sure that we have all that in place. Not the vaccinations as such, but to make sure that we have the SOPs, we're following the SOPs, and we give our passengers the information they require. Yes, the industry has changed a lot, and as people coming in, as an airline coming in at this time, there's a lot that we have to put into consideration. I've been telling my teams that it's not just about COVID. There's definitely a way we can be able to carry people, because there are airlines that have been flying even during lockdowns, even during COVID. What were they doing? It was not just cargo. So the teams are back to the boardroom to brainstorm on what are we going to do differently. First, our service must be tops. You know, we must be able to make the people want to come back again. Then we are working, especially with our government and our ministry, to make the whole process, the journey, the process for the client, a good one when they arrive, that they are not in the airport for so long. The processes for PCRs are not taking them so long. So there are many things that we're coming together to discuss and make sure that by the time we start flying, we have the numbers.
And into the world of sports, we get to look at the Uganda Under-20 women's national team in its final preparations at Fufa Technical Center in Njeru ahead of the 2022 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers. Uganda will face Kenya in the first round of the qualification phase, with the first leg slated for the 23rd to the 25th of September in Nairobi, while the return leg will be played between the 7th and 9th of October. The team entered residential camp at the Fufa Technical Center in Njeru today morning under the stewardship of Coach Ayub Khalifa Chiyinji. Here is the story.
Of this training session today, they are eager to learn, they have the zeal of improving, and psychologically they are ready for the game.
And Under-20 women's national team, we've had a very good session this morning. Though players are very down, but with more training sessions we shall progress, because we need to qualify to play FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers. We are very determined and we hope to give the very best.
Go down, Akili. Go on, keep working. Saida.
Well, the Under-20 Hippos did surprise us, getting to the finals in Mauritania earlier on this year. We trust that the young ladies are equally going to bring good results home in the year where sports is shining and casting light on Uganda. It's been Priscilla Nalwoga. Thank you so much for having joined us for UBC's Lunchtime News. Do enjoy the rest of our programming. Good afternoon.